Cal can go pretty big.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They've got two really big bodies in there, and with Rav as their third, they can really play big. They have played small some, but no, they have a lot of versatility with their lineups.
Definitely do them like they're up there in rebounding, but you guys have been kind of +7. You guys have battled pretty well on the boards this year.
Well, at times we have. At other times, we haven't done a good job. So I'm anxious to see how we rebound against a very physical +8 on the boards for the season, +6 in conference play. We'll have to do a good job on the boards.
Rab got National Player of the Week, and they got a little winning streak going. What are they doing well within the last week and a half or so?
Well, they get him the ball, and his numbers in conference at 17 points, 14 rebounds a game are very impressive. And we knew that going in. I mean, he's a guy that's projected in the lottery, and he's an awfully good player.
Probably more towards maybe pressuring him. You've had some success with some of the younger guards in this league of forcing turnovers. What have you seen from him?
He's really quick, and he's had some big scoring games. He's very good in ball screen action, so we'll have our hands full with him. He's a nice player. He's done a great job for him.
You guys have won a lot of games in a row at home and a lot in a row overall. How aware are your guys of that? Do you want them to be aware or not aware of those streaks and protecting them?
We haven't talked about it much. We talk about what it takes each and every game, but it is just kind of there, and our guys are aware of it, I'm sure, but we don't dwell on it. We don't spend a lot of time on it.
Tomorrow would get you to match like a 100-year-old school record, though, and then you could break that on Saturday. That's something you look back and see this program hadn't since 1912 had kind of something like this.
Well, it'll be hard to get done. I think we got two opponents here who are very capable, and Cal's had a lot of success here, and so has Stanford. So we've got a work cut out for us. There's no doubt about it, and hopefully our guys will be ready tomorrow night, because we will definitely have our hands full.
What is it about a team like Cal that they play really well, they have some really good games, but then they have games where they lose, maybe they aren't expected to lose? What is it about Cal that maybe they can't quite get over the hump and sort of reach that upper echelon of the pack?
We all have those games. It's a 31-game schedule, and everyone, I think it's been since '76 since there's been an undefeated team. So I think a lot of teams have those moments. It's hard to go through a long season without having a weekend or a game or two where things just don't go well, and then there's usually a game or two where you play your tail off and beat somebody you probably shouldn't beat. So we've all had those ups and downs, and I know we've experienced them over the years, so I don't think that's uncommon.
After his freshman season, how much did you guys emphasize free throw shooting to Jordan Bell? He's up about 25% what he was when he first came in with you guys.
Well, the only thing that we talked to him about was, we can't have you in late game situations, if you can't hit a free throw. And Jordan wants to play, so he's worked on it. He's done a really good job of tightening up his routine and doing the same thing every time, working on that, setting the ball and getting his hand through it. So I think he's done a very good job of working on it, but I think it's just he wants to play. And he knows to play in late game situations. He's got to be able to hit free throws. He got discouraged his freshman year when we'd take him out down the stretch, and now he wants to be in there, and so that's great motivation for him.
Different year, different team, but do you still revisit last year when they got you pretty good in Berkeley and spark this team a little bit at all?
Well, they did get us good, and we had a very tough ball game with them here. They're a tough matchup for a lot of people, and a tough matchup for us. And if you look at their losses this year, 4-point game to Virginia, a 5-point game to Arizona, they're just a tough out, and because of their talent. They got two guys out of high school, Rav and Jabari Bird, that everybody in the country wanted. Their recruiting efforts have been very good. So, no, they're talented, well coached, and we're going to have to play awfully well.
You guys have always had maybe one or two go-to scorers, but this year's team seems like it could be 4 or 5. Would you like one guy to maybe emerge as that go-to guy for you?
I think that's overused. You know, I mean, you go out and you play, and we've got a lot of bullets in the chamber. We've got a lot of guys who can go get a basket. You know, if somebody's having a really good night, we try to go to them a little bit more. You know, I like the fact that we're balanced. I think that's always better. If you run into foul trouble or a little illness or an injury, you're able to overcome it because of the balance. So I like having a team that's balanced and a lot of people capable of having a big night.
Coach, what do you look for that in a junior college player when you're recruiting him that might be different to a player coming out of high school or AAU ball?
You know, usually those guys, we hope are ready to give us a few more minutes right away. But other than that, not anything different. We want them to be able to compete at a high level, want them to want to be here, and really excited when guys like Chris Boucher and Elgin Cook, those guys come here and really develop as players. So the recruiting of it is not that much different. What we look for is not much different. I would say the only thing is we hope that they're maybe a little bit more ready to go because they've been away from home, for a couple of years. So you don't have that homesickness factor that you have with some freshmen. You hope that physically they're maybe a little bit more mature and ready to go.
Chris he reminds me of Dwayne and Wade, where he embraces coming off the bench, and Chris actively saying, "Bring me off the bench." Not a lot of guys will come out and say that. Is there anything you could attribute him bringing that up and
Well,
being attributed to?
I think all guys would rather start. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It just Chris was being very unselfish, and I think that's really neat. I think it's special when somebody does that because they're saying that we just want to win, coach, and so Chris has been a starter his whole time here. He gets hurt for a couple games, coming off a great game against Montana, and he gets hurt, and so it is what it is, and he's embraced it, and that's what you hope from your whole team. That they're more worried about their teammates and winning than they are themselves, and then you have a chance. But it is kind of neat for Chris to say that, and I'm sure people, he's trying to play at the next level. They're going to notice that. When he gets his chance, it's not going to be as a starter. He's going to have to come off the bench, and he might as well get used to it. So I think his attitude, though, will inspire a lot of people.
Talk a bit about Dylan Brooks and what he's meant since coming back from the injury.
Well, his intensity and his focus has helped us in practice. And, he plays really hard, and he's capable of making a lot of plays, so he's helped us in ball games.
Thanks, Dean.
All righty, thanks.